Hello, once again, I'm David H. And I couldn't go to my settings with the video running. So this is basically part two of the video that I did about the brushes and the paints. This is the work in it. Okay, we're going to apply the magic white that we just mixed. Saw how to do that. See, it's nice and liquidy, and it spreads good, but not too thick. I mean, if you can't even see it on the canvas, so obviously it's still true white. That's really important, is maintaining the true white. That's why the clean, dry brush is so very important. So I suggest that as time and your own finances permit, buy two or three of the same brushes. You know, two or three 3-inch, 2-inch, 1-inch. I don't mean to go on and buy it all at once, unless you can. If you can, then that's just great. But I know for myself, it took me a few years, trial and error, to find what I feel worked really good, and it works simply. I don't know if any of you have tried painting along as I do. I know I tried to paint with Bob Ross one time, and it just amazes me how it looks so easy, but then it's so difficult to keep up. I was still basically getting the sky and maybe starting on one of the happy clouds, and he was already on the mountain and the river, and I was like, "Oh, you're kidding me!" So hope I'm not that way. I hope I'm easier to follow. Okay, so we have on our palette already, we have titanium white, we have Van Dyke brown, we have burnt umber, and we have phthalo blue. When I do water, I like the phthalo blue viridian combination. The sky I use Prussian blue or Ceridian blue. Uh, and I'll show you on this here. So I need to get some viridian on here. Equal to and proportionate to blue. Let's see, I'll grab some Prussian blue. I'll show you if I can get you to see. Not really, huh? Phthalo blue and Prussian blue. Prussian blue almost looks black. Phthalo blue is blue. That's kind of the difference. Let's see. Let's take the 1-inch brush, this one, and get a little Prussian blue on there. Start at the top so that you can see what Prussian blue is. That's Prussian blue straight, with just the magic white behind it. That's Prussian blue in the stratosphere. See how it naturally gives that darkness of the sky type appeal. Now, this is phthalo blue, just straight phthalo blue. See, different blue, dark, however, different blue. See there? You can really tell the difference. So we'll continue the phthalo blue. I'm really wondering what I'm going to do with this when I'm done. Kind of getting all these blues in there. And I want to show you Ceridian blue because I'm not prejudiced. We're going to check everybody out equally here. A Ceridian blue is a lighter blue. It's an opaque blue where Prussian blue and phthalo blue are translucent. They go on and they accept that white behind, where Ceridian blue, I suggest mixing with white, toning it down, because it's like this. It's a lighter blue. It's almost what these turn into when you add white to them. However, you can still see the difference between Ceridian blue, because even at its darkest point, it's still not as dark as those other two at all. See, and the more it goes into white, the lighter it gets. So that's the blue biz. I like mixing Ceridian blue with white and make what I call the San Diego sky, which 9 days out of 10, even in winter, probably one of the most, as far as day for day, year for year, consistency. See, I like consistency. Consistency is like one of the coolest things in the human world. Be consistent. You know what I mean? If you're gonna be something, be consistent. If you're gonna be an idiot consistently. If you're gonna be a smart aleck, be a smart aleck consistency. Because if you're not, then people see you as flaky because you're changing up all the time. They don't know which aspect of that personality is a front. You know what I mean? So it's like be true to you, be your true self, and paint your true vision. That's what I say. Two things in my life, besides my children and my cats, that help me get through tough times: music and painting. I like to play the guitar and I like to paint. And when things get me down, I like to paint and play guitar more. Everybody has their own stressor that they deal with and how they deal with it. You know, as long as it's not destructive, harmful, or suicidal, I can just about put up with it, whatever it is, or relate to it anyway. Okay, so we thinned out that sky, and listen, look at the brush. See, you got pretty good, pretty good paint content there. That's for sure. So we'll go ahead and clean that brush up. See, that's what charcoal lighter does. Charcoal lighter fluid, just like that. No more blue. All done. Beautiful stuff, believe it or not. Now that brush is clean and dry. Voila. That's what things we like to see. Okay, now let's get on to the mixing of my color for water, the phthalo blue and the viridian. Viridian green, phthalo blue, in equal parts or higher green content. You wanted a blue green, but you wanted a watery blue green. You want both colors mixed, but you also want to see both colors. It's one of those trickery things for the eye. It's satisfying because it looks more real, or I could say the most real. I mean, there's only a couple places in the whole wide world that I've ever been that has true blue water. Most of the time it's kind of greeny. Okay, so now we'll get us another clean, dry 2-inch brush, like this. And we'll load it up with that blue-green that we made. Come to our horizon line and, oh, see, that's beautiful. That's pretty. That's the green I'm talking about, the greenish blue. That right there makes good looking water. Now, if you guys have subscribed, please give me comments. Tell me if things worked for you or if they didn't. Um, if you think I'm blowing smoke or steam, tell me because I will research my technique or my information as often as I need to make sure that it's fully correct as I understand it. And until you can prove it to me otherwise, I'm going to stand on my beliefs because right here before your eyes on YouTube, on this wonderful channel that I have, I'm showing you, improving it right there live, in effect. No hearsay, no chitter chat, no talk, no none of that. Right here is factual. Because there it is and there it works. Doesn't that look like water? Doesn't that look like the ocean? Please say yes. If not, comment me. We'll go viral public with it. But in my opinion, that looks like water. Okay, so what this is the first time I really don't have a plan of what I want to do. So we're just kind of rolling with it. We're going with it. So let's put some clouds in the sky. Take our titanium white, our nice thick Daler-Rowney. And we'll just put some clouds on there. Let's do something different. Let's start at the corner this time. Kind of pack it in there like it's way up out of the view. Not a pretty cloud. Wipe the brush because it picks up that blue. You don't want to taint your paint on your palette. And another about right here. I also want to talk about odds and evens and the fact that when you're doing a painting, You have odds, odds or evens. Well, two evens make an even, and two odds make an even, but one odd and one even make an odd. Why do I say that? Well, because in nature, most oftentimes, except on rare occasions and in rare places, there are odd number leaves, petals, even corn. Corn has 11 kernels per row. If you don't believe me, check it out. I don't care how big or small, it's 11 kernels per row. Yeah, I'm full of useless information. Let's see. Let's put one in front of the other. Get these clouds bunched in there a little bit. Do something really different. Get the brighter white in front of the other, so that way the clouds look together. Now I want to take alizarin crimson, which is another translucent, with phthalo blue or Prussian blue. Really doesn't matter at this point, but we're doing it in the sky on the clouds, so um, I would say the Prussian blue gets my vote. Save the phthalo blue for the water. So a little of Prussian blue and a little of alizarin crimson. And we want to mix together this delightful purple, which tends to look like gray when it's all pushed in and painted on. We want this in the lower parts of the clouds. I know it looks dark right now, but that's the magic of oil painting. What we're going to do now is we're going to mix it in, fluff it around. How do we do that? 2-inch brush. Get that purpley color and bring it up into the clouds. Fluff it up that way. Fluff it, fluff it, fluff it. I may have went a little dark, so we might make this rainy sky. Okay, fluff it up. Looks like rain on the horizon, I guess. Fluff them up, fluff them down, whatever. Just get that paint mixed back and forth. There you go. That's pretty cool. All right, fluff it up, fluff it down, spread it out. Get those clouds moving across the sky. And yeah, see that kind of looks like rain cloud shape. Dirty brush. And we'll put it in the old cleanser there. Look at there. Clean dry brush again. That's I love that stuff. I love that stuff. I love that stuff. Did I say that? Okay, now I'm gonna go back to the titanium white because I feel those clouds really need to have some brightness on top. Look like they're really super bright, especially the ones in front of the other, like this. See, look at that. And by the time we fluff it in and fluff it around, and I want to take some that are just clouds themselves, no darkness under them, just puffing away, out for a stroll across the sky. We've all seen these kind of days, I hope. Tat 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 tat. We don't want to destroy our shadow, and we don't want to destroy our clouds either. The tops of our clouds, we want to keep those. There we go. Just clouds across the sky. Clean our brush. Check it out. There we go. Tap it. Okay. Now, let's see. Okay, we'll do mountains, and how about we do? We're gonna try a different way. Well, not really a different way. It's the same way, but we're going to embark on, let's say, different attitudes of mountains. Now we want some of that purple that we used for the clouds because it was dark, and that's what we want now. Is we want dark. Maybe add a little bit of lamp black to that beautiful purple mixture that we got for the clouds there, and strike a little bead in your palette. And let's see. We have mountains that are Matterhorn type, huge, tall peaks like that, like the Swiss Alps type. Don't try to be too perfect. Don't try to make them exact points or whatever. I mean, mountains, they kind of do that. You know what I mean? They have different shapes in them. Okay. Then we have like the Rocky Mountains, which are like a mountain range. Low type areas, right? Here again goes our odds and evens. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 points, mountain points, and it aesthetically looks good to the eye. It looks correct. It looks real or natural. Just like I said, that's the odds and the evens. You know, when you're painting trees, it seems like your big trees that you focus on are usually odd numbers. And don't ask me why. I think it's because nature has odd numbers in its perfection, and we're involved with nature our whole lives, so we naturally aspire to what nature shows, and nature shows odds are good. Odds are the way to be because odd and odd makes even. Correct? Correct. No matter how you do it, two odds make an even, two evens make an even, but one odd and one even makes an odd. Isn't that odd? It's useless information. Okay, now, come on, you guys. Let me know. What do we do from here? Oh, that's right. We don't mess up our ridge, but we hag our paint down because we want to thin it out a little bit so we can get our snow and what have you to stick. Now, see, I don't want to mess up that bitchin' little culvert right there because it happened naturally. I didn't plan it. That's just the way it came out. Both of these little pretty ditties right there, they came out cool. As I'm looking at it going, hey, did I do that? Hopefully you guys will do the same thing. Lord have mercy, ships ahoy. We've already been almost 30 minutes into this one. So we better get to kicking butt. All right. All right, let's get some how about we'll go with the sky. We'll get a little cerulean blue, titanium white, mix it together because ice looks blue a lot of times. Does it not? I think so. And I believe it's that way because it reflects the sky. We sort of have a dark and dreary sky, but it doesn't look too bad now. So let's see, these peaks way up here, let's give us a little bit of snow on them. Cascading down here like this. Keep one in front of the other. Don't forget to wipe your palette knife off like I just didn't. Roll this out. Get a better roll. Get some snow in there. Just touch it, touch and drag. Let it make its, let it make its own pretty things. Wipe the knife off. Maybe some way over here. Something like that. There we go. See how that trails down like that as it gets lower? That's a cool effect. because that's really the way it looks like. It goes from heavy snow down to, yeah, now that looks pretty good. So what are we gonna do in that little culvert? Well, here's my idea. I want to take some of that watercolor, the color of the water. I want to put it in there. I'll tell you why, because let's see, let's get some burnt umber, a little black, just a little bit. Kind of put a little bit of brown in there at the bottom of that mountain there. A little bit there. See, we're still dark, but we just changed up the color a little bit. Add some brown down at the bottom. See how that totally changed that mountain. Now it has a different feel, a different effect. And we're going to top that off with some titanium white mixed in with the charcoal lighter fluid, the nice thin, wet, liquidy stuff. And we're going to give it some sparkle, some highlight, some movement. Give some movement in that water. And even some reflection of that peak up there. That one right there. Because what I have in mind is kind of, I don't know, like a waterfall. It doesn't have to fall into anything right now at this point. Down like that. Okay, now I want some trees. And for trees, I like to use these 1 inch brushes, and we're going with just straight black Van Dyke brown. We need it dark because it's in the distance. And we don't need it to be perfect, and we don't need it to be all that even or anything. We're just gonna just pop some trees in here, ones that are in the distance that go up and around the mountain like that. See reflections in the water, the whole bit. We'll get it all right now. These are trees way, way, way off in the distance. And we really don't want to mess up our cool stuff going on there. We do need a tree or two here and there. Up, 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 up. Get those tall trees. That's right. Tall trees. I get a little bit of sap green. Sap green Van Dyke brown. And kind of define a couple of the trees. You know what I mean? Throw branches on it. These are supposed to be the ones that are closer to you that you see, so that you know that it's different trees. See the different effect that makes? It makes quite a difference in the aesthetic quality, the brain quality, what you see and what you think, which is what painting is. It's taking your creation and making you think. Okay, another clean and dry 2 inch brush. And what we want to do is we want to go to our line and drag straight down, straight down, straight down into the water, just like that. And then back and forth. You have to get the back and forth. That's what makes it look like water. Don't mess up our waterfall, because you see where that waterfall is coming out now. It's coming out in the middle of the trees, pouring down into the lake, right out of that mountain. And if you ask me, I think that's cool. That looks really cool. It looks real. I mean, it looks like someplace you or I have been before. On hi, Tabby, my cat. She's out there watching, listening to me, looking at me like, who the heck are you talking to? Okay, let's see. Let's take a fan brush. And let's give us some shoreline where the water comes up to. It can be snow, it can be water. But we have a lake here, so a river, stream, or whatever. Let me see. Let's make some pooling here where the water's coming out from the mountain and making a pool. With our pull down brush. There's our side to side going on. Okay. That's what we need is something like that. Like the water's cascading down in there. Oh, string. Big as our lake. That's up to you. So long as we got water flowing in the same direction there. Maybe we'll splash some right there as it's coming out. All the while saving our beautiful edge there. Okay, now we need some foreground a little bit. So for that we need sap green. We still need it a little dark, not too dark now. We need some sap green. Sap green with Van Dyke brown. How about some deep yellow? We want a dark at first. So we'll go with the sap green, Van Dyke brown, maybe burnt umber. Because we need a green base like this. That's kind of good, yeah. Let's throw this in there. A little bit of brushery, shrubbery, like that. Some over here. Look at that. See, we did that without doing that. Look at there. Let's make this a little more straighter. There we go. Now, isn't that amazing? The way things just look and come out when you least expect them to. That's what makes, in my opinion, painting fun. So now let's go with the sap green and the yellow, the deep yellow. And let's see, let's put another shot of bushes or some sort. That's dark. Have that meander away somewhere. Like you don't know where. It's just going. Take our palette knife with some black and browns. Maybe put us a rock or two here. Right into the grass there. That's the way. Like that. Maybe one over here. Here we go with the odds again. A little rock. Now I want to use some bright yellow or cadmium yellow. And a fan brush. Get to mixing some of that lighter sap green color we had before. I want to do some grass sticking up and sticking out over. Because this is closer to us. So we want that grass sticking up. See how we drag it up into and over the rocks? So it looks like it's growing up the side of the rocks there. Clean the brush off. Some more, there we go. Maybe get a little bit on this bank right there. Tall grass. Go a little green across the river there. Across the lake right at the shore's edge. Like that. Gives us a little meadow of some sorts over there. There we go. Now, I believe we have to have some trees. At least, at the very least, 2 or 3 trees. I'm sticking with 3. Okay. Um, Black and brown, of course, again, nice and dark. What do you say? Even if we just do one tree, I think we'll be okay. Let's see. Let's not upset it and offset the mountain too much. Right there. Right there. And get us some of the green and yellow and brown. Get it all mixed in some nice dark, kind of dark, but kind of green. Just a corner of the brush there. A little bit of pine tree foliage there. And I'm thinking we need darker, darker, darker. Maybe add some crimson. Halo blue. Yeah, it kind of makes that tree stick out a little bit. I think maybe add some lighter color to it. That tree. About another little sapling of some sorts, maybe. All right, there. One next to the other there. Dark, dark, dark. Color get dark. Colors of dark. When I say dark, I mean dark. We gotta have dark in order for it to stand out, and then we can make it greeny pretty. We'll just go with straight black for now. That ought to pop it. There we go. There, we didn't take away our mountains. We didn't take away our pretty river. But do you see how it does strike odd because it's only two trees? I'm trying my best to kind of foo-foo that system a little bit, but it ain't easy, McGee, because it does kind of look off kilter, off center, or something. But regardless of what it is what it is. And I think it looks pretty good. So just because it's said doesn't mean it's real. You know what I mean? Every person's different, every painting's different. And I like that painting right there. I think I would like it better with a little more land here. Straighter. But as far as that goes, I'm good with it. Let's see. Something I just noticed is right here. Can't say I didn't much care for that. Didn't look right. Some titanium white. Just a bit of it. Now I like it better. Now I'm all in. And there we go. Thank you for watching. I hope it was pleasant for you. Please subscribe.